Being able to squat without pain and activating the right muscles is vital for both your dancing technique and your long-term health. Squatting is one of those movements that adult dancers complain about a lot. They say it doesn't feel great, so they end up avoiding it altogether in their training. I'd like to change that so that you can thrive both in and out of the studio. Let's take a look at it. Hi dancers, I'm Allie Christensen, a dance movement specialist and a dancer who used to hate squatting with a passion. For years, I was told that squatting would make my quads big and bulky, and as a dancer, I did not want that. So I avoided squats for a very long time. Now fast forward to a hip injury. It started with pinching in the front of my hip, those tight hip flexors, stabbing and aching, the constant feeling of gripping. And it turns out I didn't need another stretch, I didn't need another manual therapy session, and I didn't need more exercises laying on my back. I needed to learn how to squat correctly. I tried every stretch, every manual therapy technique, and every corrective exercise imaginable. But once I started working with the right person and learned how to effectively squat, my hip pain started to disappear. My strength got better and my technique even improved. I now know that squatting isn't just helping me in the studio. It's helping me to set myself up for life as I get older. Think about getting up and down off the floor and even getting off of the toilet independently. These things matter. Before I give you a few cues that have made a world of difference for my adult dancers, let's talk about some of the common squat misconceptions and what we're actually looking for. So squatting is generally considered a more knee-dominant movement compared to its sister movement, which is a hip hinge. But that does not mean that squatting should be hard on your knees or that it should cause knee pain. Misconception number one is that your knees should never go over your toes. This advice is all over the internet, but it's severely outdated and has been disproven over and over again. Common sense also tells you this. When we walk up a stair or we sit down, our knees go over our toes. They go over your toes naturally and they don't explode. So don't be afraid of letting your knees slide past your toes in your squatting position. Misconception number two, you have to squat ass to grass to get any benefit. This is also not true. If you're squatting with good tension, proper technique, and you're absolutely building strength and you can see results within the range of motion that your body currently has, the good news is that your strength improves, so your squat depth will often improve too. Misconception number three, you must be in a perfect parallel stance when you squat. As dancers, we are in a lot of turnout, and sometimes we look for a perfect parallel position. You don't need to be quite as strict when it comes to squatting. You can have a little bit of toe flare if it feels best on your hips. Just avoid the full-on second position. Misconception number four is squatting just hurts the back. With proper cueing and sometimes a little rebalancing of certain muscle groups, you should be able to squat without back pain. And that should be the expectation. Remember that it takes time, but I don't want you accepting the idea that squatting just has to hurt the back or the knees or your hips. Now, let's get into a few very simple cues that can completely change how you squat. Okay, so cue number one is simply sit to stand. And all I mean by that is finding our comfortable parallel stance at about shoulders distance apart. So for a lot of people, if you sit down on a chair and put your feet out in front of you in a position that you feel like you can stand easily, you're just gonna kind of set yourself well. You're not gonna be off to one side. I know ballet dancers can definitely do this, but most of us don't stand up like this for real life. So set your feet in front of you, shoulders distance apart-ish. Remember, they don't have to be perfect, but we want them to be the same on each side, and they can have just a little bit of toe opening. I shift my weight forward, stand tall, and that becomes my squatting position. Now, cue number two is really my all-time favorite, and when I figured this out, And every dancer I work with and they figure it out, it totally makes a change in how they feel their whole body. This cue is simply to spread the floor. Let me tell you why I say spread the floor. A lot of people will know that they want their knees over their toes, and sometimes we get this knee cave. So then you get the idea or the cue to push your knees out. If you just push your knees out, I guarantee at some point your knees, hips, ankles, back are going to reject you, and squatting is not gonna go well. It also does not create tension through the whole body, which we need when we start squatting with weight, which we should be. So I think of spreading my toes wide, almost like wiggling my feet into the sand. So I want really good foot contact. I'm gonna soften my knees. And then I think of becoming the Hulk, trying to split the floor in the middle of me. So from here, I'm gonna just spread the concrete apart. And it looks like nothing is happening, but I feel a ton of activation and work, especially through my hips, a little bit through my legs, some foot stuff, and my knees feel fine. So as I'm squatting, both down and up, I'm thinking spread the floor. That's pretty much all I think about. Spreading the floor, spreading the floor, spreading the floor. Now down here at the bottom, sometimes we lose it. Knees will cave, tension is lost. You need, promise, to spread the floor more at the bottom and to keep spreading as I stand tall. This should up the effort quite a bit and you'll go, wow, I've never squatted with that much effort. Effort is good. Pain is not, but effort is good. So if you're feeling the work here, if you're like, wow, I felt my core, wow, I felt my feet, great. That is how we should squat every time. Spread the floor on the way down and spread the floor on the way up. Cue number 3 is booty back. As dancers, specifically ballet dancers, we are very used to being upright and we're trying to stay stacked the whole time. So it's really common that when people start squatting as dancers, I get something like this and then they say, I feel stuck, I can't go any farther. Or we try to get so deep then that the knees cave because you're just trying to keep your body upright. We need the hips to help us. They take some of the load, quads take some of the load, but because of the knee bend, that's where you will hear, oh, it's a knee dominant motion. It still means that we need the quads and the hips to be doing most of the work. So instead of staying upright and in your best ballet posture, I'm gonna actually just push my booty back. I'm gonna push my booty back and then stand all the way tall, standing plank. Booty back, standing tall. And you'll notice maybe that I let my arms go forward, especially in the beginning. So if I don't, sometimes it feels like I just don't quite know what gravity, nature is trying to do. Let your hips and your arms be a counterbalance. As I go down, my booty goes back, my arms go forward, and then I push to stand. I'm spreading the floor, booty back, standing plank. Spread the floor, booty back, standing plank. Now, number 4 is belly tension. So we are not sucking our belly back and in. You're actually making your whole belly all the way around your waist feel strong, like you knew somebody was gonna punch you. It sounds violent, I know, but if you knew you were gonna get punched, you would not suck your belly in and be like, go ahead, maybe hit me. You would get ready for it, right? So you don't need to become the actual Hulk when you do this, but there's a feeling of, okay, I'm strong. So I will say strong belly or punch me when I'm doing a squat. And that is something that you'll just maybe naturally feel when you spread the floor, if you feel it through your whole body. So as I stand, I have my shoulder distance apart. I'm spreading the floor. I'm standing tall plank and I'm keeping my tension. So as I spread the floor, punch me. Spread the floor, punch me all the way to standing plank. Spread the floor, belly tension. Now, if this movement is just not going well, maybe you feel unsafe or you feel a little scared or you've had a weird past with squatting. Understandable, been there, done that. Go back to the chair. So I will have people, first we'll sit, set yourself well in that position we talked about, and then stand tall. Now you know that the chair is there. You know it's set up for your body. So if we're going down and we start to lose it, I know the chair is there. And if the chair feels too low, just build it up with something. Get yourself up a little bit higher. You want it in that spot that feels like a safe zone for you. And then to build on top of that, sometimes I'll say, it's a hot plate, don't burn your bum. So as you go down, I don't want to plop onto the hot plate. No one wants to be on a hot plate, but I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna be like, is it hot? Is it hot? Is it hot? Okay, it's okay. And then standing tall. And this can be done with your spread the floor, your belly tension, your standing plank position. So I'm spreading the floor, I feel it, and I'm like, okay. I have to spread the floor again, keep my belly tension, and stand to my standing plank. Squatting is one of the most essential ways for you to build strength in your legs. And I don't want any dancer at any level to be like my younger self and avoid something simple because it feels unfamiliar. I work with dancers every day that have had a negative experience with squatting, and with good coaching, the right approach, we find a way to get a squat safely, build confidence, and to also feel stronger without pain. If you're looking for more help building strength and confidence in your movements like a squat, check out the link below because I have a special gift for you. Strength training has changed my life, and it has changed the lives of thousands of other dancers just like you. So thank you for following along and supporting this video. I'm constantly creating content to help dancers improve their strength, conditioning, mobility, dance-specific performance, so they can see real change in both the studio and out of the studio. I'm so happy to have you here in the Dancer Strong community, and I'll see you in the next video.